In World War II, the Japanese super-battleships Yamato and Musahi each mounted 9 181-inch guns. The largest naval guns ever deployed, but they never sank a single American ship. In a conflict decided by naval aviation, Yamato and Musahi were used mainly as flagships and troop transports. Despite their huge armaments, they were steel dinosaurs from an earlier strategic age. But how do you sink a steel dinosaur? The answer is with difficulty. It took 11 torpedoes and 6 bombs to sink the Yamato. The Musahi took 19 torpedoes and 17 bombs. And at the time they were sunk, both ships were already limping along on patch-up repairs from earlier torpedo strikes. They may have been strategically useless, but the Yamato and Musahi were almost. Naval construction requires decades of advanced planning, and naval planners are always at risk of fighting the last war. Since the end of World War II, US naval planning had revolved around the aircraft carrier. But world wars are few and far between, and other missions abound. When it comes to countering the rise of China, some of the most frequent missions are freedom of navigation operations, FONOPs, requiring no fighting at all. Over the last several years, China has become increasingly aggressive in asserting illegal maritime claims in the South China Sea. In response, the United States regularly conducts FONOPs, sailing destroyers within 12 nautical miles of China's artificial islands to repudiate Beijing's claims to sovereign territorial waters. So far, China has been sensible enough not to challenge any of these operations. But a destroyer is a fragile fish. In June last year, the USS Fitzgerald was put out of action by a collision with a container ship, with the loss of 7 lives on the destroyer. Then in August, the USS John S. McCain was nearly sunk by an oil tanker. 10 sailors lost their lives. The tanker suffered no injuries. Leaving aside the issue of poor seamanship, these 2 collisions illustrated a potentially more serious shortcoming of today's naval ships. Navy ships used to threaten oil tankers, not the other way around. The U.S. Navy certainly needs the firepower provided by its awesome carrier strike groups and its flimsy, but nonetheless formidable guided missile destroyers. But it also needs ships that can take a punch and keep on sailing. That kind of toughness is likely to become an even more important quality as China develops its precision strike capacities. Soon it may become too dangerous to sail an unarmored ship in the South China Sea.